Don't go near the water. Authorities closed the beaches today after they discovered used syringes and other medical waste had washed up on beaches in Brooklyn, Long Island, and Staten Island.
Stonebone.
So far, more than 100 syringes have shown up on local
Stonebone.
Authorities say the needles and other debris.
Stonebone.
Illegal dumping.
All night long.
Stonebone.
I said it can't go wrong.
Stonebone.
I named this song
Stonebone.
Hey, bring it along.
Stonebone.
Stonebone. Stonebone. Kind, New Yorker. Huh. Live in New Yorker. New Yorker. Hey, live in New Yorker. A New Yorker. Hey, chicken. Woo. New York, Hong Kong. Tennis. Game ping pong. Hey, just dig it, bring it along. Groove in the ground. Keep all night long. Said it can't go wrong. I named this song. Horns, just dig this sound. Got to keep
I saw the crew in there about 7 a.m. in the morning. I thought they were a contracting firm renovating the homes for the homeless in the area. So I said, you know, I want to be a part of all of that. And I spoke to Martin, and he said, no, in fact, that they weren't a contracting company, but they were a movie company, and everything that I see going up will be coming down. But I told him, you know, I still want to be a part of it. I just came over on a whim, and he said it was a good whim that brought me over because he had just been authorized to hire someone.
Anybody else upstairs?
No one's upstairs, but there's a basement downstairs.
Okay, let's go check that basement out.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
We should go, brother. Let's check this basement out. Make sure no one is in there. I'd like to give you a little brief history of what took place in Washington when the community invited us to come in Fruit of Islam with permission of Minister Farrakhan, and they asked us to come in and eradicate the community of the drugs. It took us like 200 or 300 people gathered every day in the community just selling drugs. It was a known drug haven, and we went in and the drug pushers disappeared. And as you can see, we're standing here in front of a known crack house, and it was sealed up this morning, and we're here, we're sending a message to the community that we're not going to allow this in the area anymore. Our own is set. And we have one more house located around the corner, and we're going to do the same thing there. And Spike invited us here because he know we have a rapport with the community. We don't come to do no harm to our people. We came in and asked them to leave, and they left.
We're going to be shooting a feature film on this block being done by Mr. Spike Lee. We'll be here 13 weeks shooting. 13 weeks from now, 8 weeks shooting. Starting July 18th, we start shooting, and we go through until September 9th, okay? So that's when we'll actually be filming the movie. Right now, we're building the sets, trying to get different things in the blocks for the look we want, the facades on the front of the buildings, paint them and things like that.
The entire movie happens in one day. We're going to shoot for 8 weeks, but when you go to the movies to see it, it's 1 day span. So we have to make sure we're shooting it over 8 weeks. We have to make sure that everything looks the same, because we may shoot something 2 weeks apart, but it may be the next minute in the movie. A woman called me at the office and said she lives on Hancock Street, about 8 blocks away, and that someone came in saying they were with Spike Lee and they wanted to look at her entire house. I told the woman, hey, next time this person comes, you don't let them in the house and you call 81st Precinct immediately.
Extras 15, Sal's car, and there's Raheem's music, which we're not going to deal with, right? Okay. Scene 54, interior, tenement hallway. Mookie delivers pizzas and takes money. Any problems with that? Okay. Scene 60, mother-sister stoop. Mother-sister sits at the window surveying the block. Extras 25, and the car, Sal's car.
For the most part, anybody that's done anything in America has never been one person. It's been a gang of people where you just surround yourself with people who, for the most part, are your age, have the same thoughts, the same goals, the same aspirations.
There's a pizza stand.
This stoop right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
What we're doing now, we owe a lot to Oscar Micheaux, who was doing what we were doing in the 20s and the 30s. I mean, there are always people there before you. And if you realize this, you try to just pick up the torch and try to advance that, you know, from where you came into the picture.
Scene 87. Tina's apartment bedroom. Mookie makes love to Tina with ice cubes. Mookie, Tina, ice cubes. You know, we're gonna need a hell of a lot of ice cubes. A lot of ice cubes. A lot of ice cubes.
This is 39 days and we really have to be tight. There isn't a lot of money in this budget for a lot of extra fat, you know? So let's really keep that in mind. The other thing is security. This is not like school days where we're in Atlanta, Georgia, and everybody could be basically, you know, cool and hang out and shoot a film. This is in Bedford-Stuyvesant. There's gonna be 39 days in a very tense, hostile area around us. We have to be out there every day on our P's and Q's.
Yo, man, is there any work tomorrow for the local crew? Yo, I'm one of the guys that help clean out the building back here.
It might be. Why don't you come tomorrow about 8 o'clock in the morning?
All right, that sounds good. Thanks, man.
I think I would have been crucified to do a film about Bedford-Stuyvesant and not shoot it in Bed-Stuy. I mean, there's just something about reality that you can't mess with.
Bed-Stuy, do or die. It's true. It's true. We do or we die. Sometimes we do and we still die.
One thing, togetherness. Community's not together, not bond like they used to be. I heard a lot of beautiful things about the community.
My family been here for 125 years. So we have seen the changes. My mother's, you know, when she came here, it was gas lights, carriages and horses. Her father.
Yeah, well, in the shelter, you know, it's no good, right? They're taking care of you there. Out here in the street, I fend for myself, earn a living out here.
You know, everybody I know that ever went to a shelter said, steal your clothes, might be laying there asleep, they cut your throat, you know, and like just the idea of all that, you know, and the more drugs out there, you know, in shelters and whatnot than it is, you know, out here.
I've been helping her through all of her ups and downs. I've been helping her, you know, to give her a little work to do so she can have spending money and money to buy food with. And I'm still trying to make her save 2 pennies, 3 pennies, whatever it is a day, you know.
Is coming up on page 10. Okay, so here we are. You're looking out your window and the man with his old E.
You old drunk. What did I tell you about drinking in front of my stoop? Move on now, you're blocking my view. You're ugly enough. Don't stare at me.
Ruby, you should really be like harder on it. Right away from the beginning. And then as the film goes on, we see you warming up.
Yeah.
Where at the end of the film, you're together. Right here, this is the first time you meet the both, you're like, You're really giving it to him.
I can tell him, you old drunk. What did I tell you about drinking in front of my stoop? Move on, you're blocking my view. You're ugly enough, don't stare at me.
Well, I just had to write something for Ruby and Ozzy. And I wrote something where their 45-year marriage would help everything else, and they would just draw upon that.
You've been talking about me for the last 18 years. What have I ever done to you?
You're a drunk fool.
Besides that, I approach him from my own memories. Growing up as a boy, as I did, in a small southern town, and watching old black men, some too old to work, some too sick to work, some just plain unemployed, sitting around at the railroad station. And every day they would be there, and they would wait for the train to come. And they would comment on the train as it came. They would comment on the train as it stood there. and then they would comment on the train as it left, as if they controlled the train, you know, as if they made it happen. And I knew powerlessness from that. I knew the pain of it, I knew the joy of it, I knew the jokes that they told. But more than that, I knew what they were covering up.
Watch these cars, they do 90 down the street, all right? I haven't been out here that long, all right? All right, travel safe, sisters.
We had 6 weeks of prep time to build the pizzeria, to build a Korean market, which was a fake facade, a front and a return, a side. The most important thing for me was to design sets, to design a pizzeria, a Korean market, a DJ, a radio station, that people would think had been there for years and years and years and years and years. And they would come and they would see these things and they wouldn't know that they're sets. And I think we've been pretty successful because people keep trying to shop at the Korean market and they keep trying to come into the pizzeria to buy pizza.
Okay, let's keep going.
Mookie,
What?
how come you ain't got no brothers up on the wall?
That's
Sal, hey, how come you ain't got no brothers up on the wall here?
You want brothers up in the Wall of Fame, open up your own business. You can put your uncles, your brothers, whoever you else you want up there. This is my pizzeria, and the only people on the wall are an American Italians.
Hey, take it easy,
And you don't start on me today.
Hey, Sal, it might be fine, but you own this. But rarely do I see any Italian Americans eating in here. All I ever seen is black folks. So since we do spend much money in here, we have some say.
What are you, troublemaker?
The character really did attract me because I had never played a b-boy. You know, I mean, I had a hard time even understanding what a b-boy is, except for the cats who wear the kazals with no glass and wear sheepskin coats and have $75 sneakers and they have no job. I see those guys all the time. I didn't want to create that man, that character. He's more of, I think, in a way, a political figure, in a sense. You know, so I'd like people to start thinking a little differently about what people do when they just sit around the neighborhood all summer long. Everyone thinks that we're all thieves, that we're all robbers. Some people do think, you know, they have an opinion, and they try to get other people to think like they think.
Okay, now, Giancarlo, Danny always says, American and Italians. You have to switch that up.
You know, if it's easy, do it Italian-American. Do it Italian.
I like American.
Whatever he says.
Because that's how...
That's what I'm saying. Whatever way he says, that's the way you have to say it.
Oh, I did. Okay, bad.
I always refer to myself as an American Italian.
Right. Yeah.
Since I've been over to Italy and I saw what that's like, I want to take credit for the first part of me first.
Oh,
archaic shit.
Well, I was born over there.
Oh, I'm
Believe me,
sorry.
so I call myself an Italian-American.
Now, that's something I would never have thought. No, you would, yes. That's right.
Yeah. See, I am a black Italian. I am that exactly. My father is Italian, my mother's black. I was born in Italy, you know? So I am the perfect example of that. When I went to school, I wasn't accepted by blacks because my name was Giancarlo Esposito. You know, the whites didn't want me because I had an Italian name. I went to an Italian black high school, you know? So my friends became the Jews, straight up and down. My only friends were Jewish people because they were another outcast, you know? So I think this film is somewhat showing us that we all have this problem somewhere.
Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to paint too pretty a picture. I don't want to paint too pretty a picture for the guy and make him look like a flag waver that he's the world's greatest liberal, and I don't know if that's right. I think, we thought, and I thought he's not a racist. He's a nice guy and sees people as people.
Well, I think the style was a racist. I mean, but Danny didn't. I mean, one thing we had to fight against is that Danny really tried hard to make Sal a likable character.
He said those words all through his life.
I believe it.
Now it's grown to a point where he don't want to accept the word, and the word is distasteful to him. The same such as maybe Dago would be to him, or Guinea, or
Spick.
Or Spick, yeah, or Maki, or...
What?
Maki. It's a Jewish expression that was used when we were kids.
Maki for what?
Maki.
For what?
No, for nothing. We call them Makis.
Oh, a Jew was a Maki?
Yeah, yeah.
You gold teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey, ape, baboon, big die, fast running, high jumping, speed chucking, spade, mullignon.
Dago Wabi, garlic bread, pizza slinger, spaghetti bending, Victor Mon, Perry Como, Luciano Pavarotti, solo meal, non-singer motherfucker.
When I was little, I saw this show. I don't know if it was One Step Beyond, Alfred Hitchcock, or Twilight Zone. It was about the scientists that had discovered that after 95 degrees, the murder rate goes up. And you see him throughout the whole half an hour of the show, looking at a thermometer as the inches up. Then he got murdered at the end. I must have been like 6 years old. That's all I remember about the show. But I do remember it was the hottest day of the summer. And then most of the volatile, riots and stuff like that have always happened, for the most part, in the summer.
When they first started, I asked them, if they have anything I could do. Then one day Brent just called me, and he said, you think you can handle it? He said, what, 5:45, 6 o'clock in the morning, you pick up the garbage, and then he said, at nighttime you'd be here, straighten up, sweep down, sweep up, pick up the cups and whatnot.
We've been trying to employ as many local people as possible, whether it's in the carpentry shop or on the set as an extra. We also have been doing some community activities. Spike spoke at the school where we're housing our extras. This is the heart of Bed-Stuy, and it makes the whole thing feel a lot more real than just taking a street that's on the back lot at Universal and making the movie there.
See, these people's coming around here, they're only coming here to make money. These here movie stars and actors or whatever they are, when they are finished, they are gone.
After the movies is over and you take this down and that down and that down, I don't see where it's going to help the neighborhood in.
The movie itself is not going to bring a patrolman on the corner. It's not going to bring us a stoplight. These are the things that the people in the neighborhood themselves have to work on. And the President of the United States can come through here. They'll clean the street for one day, but that's it,
For us, time is money. And we try to do things as quickly as possible. We will be yelling cuts and rolls. Whenever you hear cut, that is your opportunity to go wherever you have to go. When you hear rolling, that means that the film is moving and camera is going. So we would like to have you stay inside the building. Sometimes we'll have people in the building to make sure that, you'll know. They'll have walkie-talkies. Anybody that has a walkie-talkie, you'll be able to ask them a question, when you can go by, when you can't go by. We start shooting on Monday. We're having the block party also on Saturday. So everybody's invited. We hope you all come.
Get off my back, Jack. I have wisdom, education, strength, and freedom. A man without his heritage, he's not a man. You know what I am? Original African. Straight from the heart, cuz took me from my land, but I'm still a part of the tribulations, feel the vibrations. You can't hold me back, me or my nation.
We have gathered today some real important people. One of the most important fathers of modern day black cinema. He caused the revolution because little guys like me who were 13 and 14 looking at this brother challenged the system, said if he can do it, I can do it. One of my mentors and one of the people who I want y'all to get to know and put together a big round of applause for Melvin Van Peebles.
Thank you very much. This is a very
very important moment for me. It's an important moment because, okay, now listen, y'all, I didn't get here being a choir boy. Shut up. I was sitting in a movie one day, and I said, damn, man, I can do better than that. I didn't know if I could do technically or any of those things, but I just got tired of seeing the Bloods going to the electric chair or wherever, and I wanted to project a different image. I don't really feel that you should separate yourself from the mass. That's a very, very salient point with Spike, which is wonderful that he keeps bringing back to the community that he is very, very aware of the potential of a positive image or of a negative image, but of an image.
We're gonna be here for the next 8 weeks, and we need your help. We cannot do this film without your help and without your cooperation. And a year from now, when you come out to see the film, hopefully you support it, we won't let you down, and be very proud of the fact that Do the Right Thing was shot in your neighborhood. Thank you very much.
I have today's forecast for you. Hot! And the temperature's going to rise up over 100 degrees today, so that means it's a Jerry Curl alert. That's right, if you have a Jerry Curl, stay in the house, or you'll end up with a permanent helmet on your head. We're gonna send out those happy birthdays today, too, for Big Red and Little Red, and Miss Annie Mae, who's 91 today.
I'm an independent filmmaker, but I don't really have to scratch around for money. I go directly to Hollywood for my financing. Do the Right Thing was really at Paramount Pictures first, and they liked it. Then they started to get kind of scared about the ending of the film. They really wanted me to tone it down, and I wouldn't tone it down. The same weekend that Paramount said no, Universal said yes.
Jonathan, let's see it behind the track. Let's see it like maybe halfway down the line of the track. What we're trying to do is make 8 weeks look like one day. We've broken down the script into scenes that are going to be taking place at certain times of the day. We're trying to shoot at those times of the day. I've always been an advocate of available light as much as possible and using natural light. I think this is taking it to a ridiculous extreme, you know, because it's really making life a little bit hard for us. But I think we'll just come out with more truth on the film that way.
Ready, Ruby D, how much time?
Extras are coming in now, Ruby, they're ready. They're ready. Bring them. Let's go, let's bring them all in.
Outside, right?
Bring them all in. Ruby.
Okay, lock it there.
Ruby and Andy, let's bring them in also. Let's have somebody
Just keep it now.
Just leave Ruby.
All right, quiet for rehearsal. Camera ready? Rehearsal.
But I still, to this day, do not consider myself an actor. You know, I do okay, but it's just leverage that I could use, you know, trying to get my films made. And if people come to see me in a film, is that much easier for me to make a movie.
Don't work too hard today. The man says it's gonna be hot as the devil, and I don't want you falling out from the heat. You hear me, son?
I hear you, mother sister. I hear you.
Good. I'll be watching you, son. Mother sister always watches.
She's a street watcher. Mother Sister is her name. And I've known women like this in my childhood where I grew up in Harlem. You know, the street watchers who mind the children and everybody's business and who can tell you about who goes and who comes.
Mookie is a large portion of the young black males today who all they worry about is getting paid.
Hell no!
About having some cash dollars in their pocket, who really don't take care of their responsibilities, and is really just living from day to day without really thinking about the future.
Good morning, Mookie.
Good morning, Mother Sister.
How you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Oh, the weatherman says it's gonna be awful hot today. It's gonna be hot as the devil. I don't want you falling out from the heat. You hear me, son?
Steve, everybody on this side of the block has to go to the other side. I have to clear all the way up.
I play a character named Vito, and it's my brother Pino and my father Sal. And we own this pizza parlor here, and we work on this block.
Hot. Sonny, how's the vegetables, huh? Hey, Pop, did you call the air conditioning guy?
Called them all week. You won't come in here without a police escort. You know, get the broom and sweep out front.
Vito, get the broom, sweep out front.
Hey, Pop, see, this is what I'm telling you. Every time you tell Pino what to do, he tells me to do what you told him what to do. And Vito is the brother who is the sympathetic one who likes the neighborhood, who likes black people, and who, as opposed to Pino, who is a racist. And my perception of Vito is that he's a, he doesn't really think too deeply about anything. And he, as far as something like racism goes, he doesn't really understand it. You know, a person is a person, and that's the way people should be taken.
Teen apple, take two, Mark.
Ready, Dan? Action!
You're gonna pay now or on layaway?
How much?
You've been coming in here at least 3 times a day. What are you, a retard? It's $1.50.
Damn, Sam, put some more cheese in that motherfucker, man.
Extra cheese is $2.
$2?
Yeah.
Hey, you can forget that shit.
In this case, you know, I'm a pizza store owner. And the character that I'm using, more than a pizza store owner, because I never really knew one of those people, but I'm using a candy store that was in existence on Stebbins Avenue in the South Bronx. And the man's name was Spectre. And he liked everybody and liked nobody. You know, we used to steal little things from there, little candy bars and so forth. And I remember, I said, when I went down there, I said, here's the guy that we all supposedly hated at the time that we were doing business with him, until we grew old and he was no longer around. He was the one we missed most. And that's the character I'm trying to define here. I'm trying to define a man who's pretty fair to everyone and bad to everybody, but equally bad to everybody.
Yo, move.
What?
How come you ain't got no brothers up on the wall here?
Man, talk to Sal, right?
Or you want some brothers on the wall? Look at your own place and you can do what you want to do. You can put your uncles up there, nephews, your nieces, your father, whatever you want to do. But this is my place. It's my pizzeria. On the wall, American Italians only.
Hey, Sal, that might be fine. Like, I know you own this. But rarely do I ever see any American Italians eating in here. All I see is black folks. So since we spend much money here, we do have some say.
Get out of here. I don't want you to eat. Come on, get up, get out. And take the pie with you.
The thing that bothers me about bugging out is sometimes he's misdirected.
Man, what's up, man? Yo, boycott Sal's, y'all.
I don't know if he should put out so much energy on just having a black person, you know, on the wall. I don't know if it's that important. But then we could turn that around again. You know, black people want people on the wall, then they should open up their own fucking businesses, and then they wouldn't have that problem. So the whole film was like that.
Doing the hip and the hop, the yin and the yang, the stupid fresh thing, the flip and the flop. Oh! I have today's forecast for you. Hot! Ha! All right, remember there's a water shortage, so only take 1 minute shower, 2 minutes if you're showering with someone else.
The Senior Love Daddy is the voice of the community, I would say, and the conscience of a lot of the people and the community. He's been here for a while. He's seen a lot of these kids grow up, and he runs the station independently and basically for these people to speak to the other people in Brooklyn about what's going on right here.
You know, early afternoon, probably right after lunch.
Okay.
Being that this movie takes place in a real neighborhood, Bedford-Stuyvesant, we had to find actors that could very realistically fit into this kind of environment.
Hi, Diana. How are you? Okay. You know, Karen. Hi, Karen. How you doing? Fine. All right.
So she's gonna... today?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
We had our principal roles set. So what we did was have an open call, an open extras casting call for the community. Okay. And the reaction to the open call for the neighborhood, we had people spend the night. You know, some people actually slept outside all night. The call began at 10 a.m. and they wanted to be the first in line to make sure that they got seen.
Oh, I slept in front of the church all night long in a beach chair. And every time somebody would go past me, I'd wake up, open one eye. I was scared to death. I was scared I was gonna get mugged out there because I had my pocketbook too, you know. So I took the pocketbook and put it up under me, and every time somebody would pass, so you have that one eye open. Then I started freezing about 3 o'clock in the morning, about 3 or 4. So I went home. I went and got a sweater, came back and laid back down on my beach chair again.
We consider ourselves supporting actors. They label us extras. That just means we were so good that we were extra good. And we have to wait around for our turn.
Extra my cousin is the assistant director. Nanda. Little nepotism there.
Did I give you my picture? Extra work is not to be looked down upon because you wouldn't want, as a director, people out there who did not know anything about acting because they don't know how to act natural.
You can make a full-time living as an extra, but it's not something that I would want to do. Because extra work is fine, and I don't knock it. It's not something to look down upon, as Mark said, but after a while, it's not fulfilling artistically, you know? I want to say what, it's very rare to work on a film that is black, that's directed by a black man. The cinematographer is black, and all the people in charge are black. Are very rare.
Wardrobe and cast stylist.
That's why it's great.
Extras.
Supporting actor. Start from here. You're going back into your house there. Okay, was the person put by wardrobe? Yeah? Okay, good luck.
Just stay around,
okay?
All right, because I'm going to use you, so stay right over there.
Okay.
You and who else? There was somebody else with you. You were talking to somebody over here?
On the steps?
Yeah.
I think she said she's in the
All right, then stay right over there.
Okay.
So I was saying that I would like you to make a commitment to me, and then we could talk to Brent. For him to give me $10 of your money every week to save for you.
10 whole dollars?
Yes. And then,
yeah, well, I guess that, yeah, I could do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can make it more. You know, you couldn't stand no more, huh?
No more than 10.
Right. Jade, you got to be down. You're not down.
Ready? And
she comes back with, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down.
For worthwhile cause.
Yeah, but something positive in the community.
Right.
Are you down for that?
I'm going to pause, just look at her. And I'm going to say,
Jay, I still love
I'm going
you.
to say 3 times. You'll say, Jade. 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 I still love you anyway. Okay, so it'll be 3 J's. Good?
Yep.
Thank you. We're going to keep that man very busy. Very busy.
The script brings up certain problems, racial tensions and things like that. And I had never worked in a film where how should I put it, the ethnic quality of the film was so overwhelming. I mean, it's a picture where it's a major black cast made by black people. And, you know, it was enlightening.
So what's that gonna do? Boycott his place for a day? Don't say that. Can I just say, what's that gonna do? So what's that gonna do? So what's that gonna do?
Yeah, so what good is that gonna
So
do?
what good is that gonna do?
Just so happens that Spike in real life is older than I am, and in the film he plays my older brother. So naturally, there are things that are going to carry over into the real life relationship onto film.
Yeah, but you know, I'm down, but I'm down for something positive in the community. Are you down for that?
Positive, something positive for the community.
Some positive. Yeah, but now I'm down, but I'm down for something positive for the community.
My character's name is Jade. She's a young woman who is very hardworking. She works at a department store behind the counter, swatch counter, selling watches. She lives by herself, and her brother Mookie, who's played by Spike, is staying with her in her apartment. So she's sort of helping him out. You know, he works at a pizza parlor. She's just trying to help him get his life together.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
Yo, your Jordan's a dog. Hey, I dog you, Mookie Mouth. What's up? Oh, you hanging out with baby sis, son? No, we're not hanging out. She's escorting me back to work.
Shut up. It's not even true. I'm just going to get a slice.
A slice? Oh, you can't do that. Not today. Look, you don't know this, but I'm organizing a boycott of South a little bit.
People always say, well, you know that your brother will always hire you. No, it's not unconditional that I'm going to be working in Spike's films or that he was going to write a role for me. It's not like that, and I don't expect that.
Yeah, you ain't in it. Later, Mook.
I'll see you there.
How I bang, every single one of them pictures is somebody I tagged.
Going again right away. Let's go. That's the book. Going again right away.
The people cannot go to the stores. They cannot, they cannot get breakfast for their children. Now, all right, think about the children just got out of school, right? Children just got out of school. They cannot even go anywhere. They can't even go to the parks. They can't. I think that they should have made some arrangements for all the children that just got out of it. It's because their vacation is all messed up. They don't have no time for themselves. They can't go in and out of their blocks. They can't even play even on their own block. You understand? When that, I think that they should have made some arrangements that the children would have something to do every day when that they don't have to, be bothered really, while they're doing the film. But then I think that the grown-ups should also be compensated because there's things that they have to do also, and the people that go to work also. And then they can't even, they can't do anything. They're all right, you're in your house, you're looking at TV or whatever you might be doing. There's someone there saying, shh, keep it down, walk soft. Wait a minute. I mean, my goodness, this is your everyday living. I mean, that you're used to. This. Hey, listen, how's somebody going to change that? Now, that's a great part of it, of everything when someone has to change your way of living. And that's a very great inconvenience. And I think they should be paid for it. And I'm one of them think that I should be paid for it.
Now, we all knew in the first place, we knew that we were going to have a little inconvenience. They told us this from the get-go.
A little.
Well, it's not that
bad. But I mean,
bad.
2 months is the whole summer.
Where are you going?
Get my money from Sal.
Ah, nah. You must think I'm stupid or something, Mookie, all right?
We knew Mookie would have to have a girlfriend because he had has a child. And I thought it'd be interesting, to have Mookie with a Puerto Rican girlfriend. That's one of the things we wanted to show in this film, how blacks and Puerto Ricans have always been close in New York.
Be a fucking man,
Look, why'd you be a fucking mother and stop yelling? You woke Hector up.
And with Tina, she's a young unwed mother, uneducated, that's stuck with a no good boyfriend. If you were in her position, you know, you would do a lot of yelling and screaming too.
Okay? Don't tell me what I need, because what you need is a life, okay?
She could get up and leave him. She is not tied to him. She bitches and complains every 5 minutes, but she lets him in the door. You know? I mean, I think a lot of teenagers, a lot of girlfriends I know are gonna look at themselves through this character.
You're gonna go out of here and you're not gonna be back.
I said I'll be back.
Later for you, okay, Mookie?
It's sad that we have young black men who are out there making babies and really don't care about being a father to their children.
More, okay? You need to get a life, because the life you have, Mookie, is tired, okay? I'm tired of it.
We're talking about the black and Puerto Rican underclass, and I think this is a realistic portrayal of that type of person, of these young women, young children, you know, who are having kids.
Yo! Yeah.
Yo, you almost knocked me down, and the words excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Hey, not only did you knock me down, but you stepped on my brand new white Air Jordans that I just bought. That's all you can say is excuse me?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I should fuck you up quick 2 times.
Yeah.
Who told you to step on my sneakers? Who told you to be on my side of the block? Who told you to be in my neighborhood?
Well, I happen to own a building on his block.
I think it's political in a sense that it's personal. Personally political for those who will see it and say, ah. I mean, I think there is a definite racism problem out there for both blacks and whites. And what I love about this film is it sort of links those 2 problems together in one film and says, no one's perfect. Do the right thing.
All right, let's go. All right. Roll sound.
What's the difference between my characters and Hollywood characters? Black people or mine, I feel, are true. And a lot of times theirs are false because they know nothing about black people, and their ideals about black people have been fostered by the stereotypes they grew up with watching films.
Look at those Korean motherfuckers across the street. I bet you they haven't been off the boat a year before they open up their own place.
Right, man, it's been about a year.
A motherfucking year off the motherfucking boat, and they already got a good business in our neighborhood, occupying a building that has been boarded up for longer than I care to remember, and I've been here a long time.
You've been here a long time.
Yeah, but now, for the life of me, I can't figure this out. Either them Koreans are geniuses, or your black asses are just plain dumb.
It's got to be because we're black.
We just try to go after the truth more than being concerned whether it's positive or negative all the time.
Hey, you know what this is. You motherfuckers hold that shit down. I'm tired of hearing that shit. That's a whole excuse.
Cut.
That's a cut. Coming back it up.
Our major concern is that when we do our fire scenes, we're going to have to relocate all of the people out of the buildings that adjoins the pizza shop. Reason being, there may be a problem with smoke or something like that coming into the building. And initially it was if someone had respiratory problems, but just to play it safe, we want to get everybody out of the building. And then tomorrow night will be the same thing. You could come between 4:30 and 5 tomorrow, and we'll have the same, you'll sign for your money for the day, and for Tuesday it'll be the same thing. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Check that, that's 220, it's 150 plus 70 since you have 7 members in your family.
Friday, Nita was doing some work for me. And I reminded her that she had to pay me, you know, when she got paid. So anyhow, I gave her her change and she left.
You know, I was kind of hurt that I lost the job, but it was my fault. I was smoking crack, and you know, when you smoke crack, you don't sleep. And then when you do stop, you be too tired to do anything. I went off and I got high, you know, didn't come back.
You know, Pop, I've been thinking. Maybe we ought to sell this place and get on while we're still ahead and alive.
Oh, you think you know what's best for us?
Couldn't we sell this and we'll open up another one in our own neighborhood?
There's too many pizzerias already there.
Then maybe we could try something else.
I don't know nothing else. Been here for 25 years. Where am I going?
I'm sick of niggas. It's like I come to work, it's Planet of the Apes. I don't like being around them, they're animals.
Pino, why you got so much anger in you?
I approach the character as a guy who doesn't want to be where he is, basically. He's not happy in his job. And if you're not happy in your job, you like to point your finger at someone, you know? And so basically he can point his finger at the whole neighborhood. I told Spike a story that I said it's interesting if you go in certain neighborhoods now, like Bensonhurst or Howard Beach, and it's predominantly Italian neighborhoods. They said, well, you know, it's better be, you know, like black people don't come into that neighborhood, you know. And we even had a conversation, Spike and I and Danny and Richard, with a guy who runs a pizzeria, and he lives in Bensonhurst. He said, well, if a black person comes to my neighborhood, you know enough to know good. He said this right in front of Spike. Like, it's like Spike wasn't even there. And I was like, it was like shocking. He was just like, he said, not that I'm prejudiced.
The Howard Beach section of Queens is an almost all-white working-class neighborhood near Kennedy Airport, and it's known for its hostility to blacks. Last Friday, 3 black men were attacked outside this pizzeria. They'd walked about 3 miles to the pizzeria in search of a telephone after their car broke down. One of the victims, Cedric Sanderford, told reporters the attackers shouted, "Nigger, you're in the wrong neighborhood." He said he was hollering, "God, don't kill us."
I feel my job as a filmmaker is to shed light on the problems that face us, and by examination of these problems, hopefully an answer can be worked out.
Woof, just like that. There it is. That's it.
That's it?
Gel it. We're
That's
ready
our
to go.
original lighting.
Okay, good.
Okay, gel it. Walk away, sir. Stay there and send anybody else down.
But I think in order to fix a problem, we have to acknowledge that the problem is there. And a lot of us don't even know that these problems exist.
I just, if I had another foot in here, I can be freewheeling, just to counter out. Is that possible, Octo? Okay. Water?
Fuck! Cocksucker!
Danny, on action. You just give me that.
Yeah, okay, that's all I'll do.
That's all you get.
Yeah, okay. Let's get it, babe.
This is music! My music!
Things I took from the Howard Beach incident is that is a racial incident. It started in a pizzeria. It's between blacks and Italian Americans, and the famous baseball bat.
Your giddy butt closed until you put some black people on that motherfucking wall!
You call me a kid, you're gonna close my place, you're gonna what? You got this. I'm a guinea what, you motherfucker. You're gonna what? You're gonna turn my, you motherfucker, you got. Is he a racist? I don't think so.
but he's heard those words so fucking often he reached down. If it was me and I said it, I'm capable of saying those words. I'm capable, and I have said them, but I'm not a racist.
The cause of all that stuff is there in this movie, which is the character's mentality. If I could just expose that mentality a little bit, hopefully it will make a lot of people cringe. This is not just a New York film. It's about any, city in the country, or even a small town. The same thing could happen in a small town.
All my officers over here.
Is this supposed to be a mistake? Because if you keep, I'm thinking if you keep yelling stop, and I keep saying fucking shut up, it's like I want to kill him.
No, I think you're saying shut up because you're just trying to do your job to the best of your ability, you know what I mean? And it's like, I see that you're going too far.
Get the fuck off me, you foul! Get his other arm! Get his other arm! Just take him down! Just take him down! Give it up, asshole! Give it up! Go! Just take him down! Come on! Give it up! Watch this! Get his arm! Get his arm! Gary, that's enough! Shut up. Gary, that's enough, man! Gary, that's enough! Shut the fuck up! Gary, no!
Great.
It's a reload. Randy, it's a reload.
Camera reload, guys. Camera reload.
All right. I felt sorry for the kid. Just the sympathy I evoked within myself for the character helped me to be the character. It wasn't like a deep process. I mean, I'm not deep. I'm not one of them kind of Johnny Carson cats that get on Johnny and say, well, when I was preparing for Raheem, I went and lived with gang members and, had them whoop my ass a couple times so I could really see how it felt, No, I don't have to get my ass kicked to play like I don't, you know what I mean?
Move back, please.
You're gonna be struggling. Okay, and Giancarlo, what you have to do is, we need you to look. We need you to look over here.
Right shoulder or left shoulder?
Left shoulder.
Left shoulder.
Yeah.
Like instead of turning around.
Yeah. Because we got a hold on you to watch Radio Raheem being
I got you.
killed.
That would be the best thing.
Man, and just be on your face, and that's going to hold throughout all that stuff of him being killed.
Oh, really?
Strangled and shit. Hold on it.
Okay. Okay.
Ready? Action!
Off me, man. Get off me, man! Get the fuck off me, man! Do nothing, man! Radio Raheem! Radio Raheem! Radio Raheem! God damn it! Fuck you guys! Fuck you! I'm a black man, God damn it! Radio Raheem!
I think it'll be false for me to provide answers to stuff that I don't know the answers to. I think that would be abusing the medium of film. We suggest a solution in this one because at the end of this film, it's like if you don't do this, this is gonna happen. And that this is mayhem, bedlam, and just madness.
I don't care how far you are away, turn around. Turn your back to the action. We're gonna do it a couple times. If we don't get it right the first time, fine. We'll go again. But I don't want one of you to be the cause of us having to take somebody to the hospital. It's really important. Turn your backs.
The 12 handcuffed teenagers were silent as they were led to court. 3 were charged with murder. 9 were indicted on lesser charges, including attempted murder and rioting. The attack fueled racial fears in an already tense New York City. Black activists led demonstrations and rallies to demand a more thorough investigation into the incident and an end to racism.
We're rolling. We are rolling.
The number one concern of a black filmmaker is try to be the best filmmaker you can, and not to go out there and be bullshitting by saying you're a black filmmaker. So I think that's first and foremost, to learn your craft and be a good filmmaker.
Newbie? Again.
Going again.
I got my job back. I started back Friday. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Same thing anyway, but I still use the money.
You know, when you're around negative people, you think negative. But being around positive people, I think she looks up more. And she sees where it's beneficial to her to, try to uplift herself.
Roll.
My people, my people. What can I say? Say what I can. I saw it, but I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it, what I saw. Are we gonna live together? Together, are we gonna live? This is your Mr. Senior Love Daddy talking to you from We Love Radio 108 FM on your dial. And that's the triple truth, Ruth.
From the bottom of my heart, seriously, to everybody, neighborhood, Fruit, everybody. We love you. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. What's it say on this block? In the year of our Lord, 1988. We filmed Do the Right Thing, July 18th, 1988 through September the 14th, 1988. A Spike Lee joint, 40 acres and a mule film waste.
Okay, stand next to Ruby. Can we get one picture of you, Ruby? Okay, with my mom and my grandmother and her sister.
Spike and I, Danny Aiello, and I think I said Bill Nunn. I'm excited because even though it's a few more I wanted to get, like I had one of me and Ozzy, somebody stole it. Stevie Wonder was over, and I just caught the back of him.
Come on, man, come on. Do yourself.
Hey, one more.
It doesn't rewind automatically.
You can take whatever you want, in terms of the wood that's here, but you got to be careful because the nails in it and stuff like that. Okay?
All right.
You know, I'm used to hearing the, what's the word? Quiet, please. Holding? Rolling. And I said, the last couple of nights, I said, God, I miss that. It's too quiet in this neighborhood. I can't stand it.
Well, I had asked one of the Muslim brothers to come and give us a speech, about keeping up the place and whatnot. They said they would, so I'm hoping that might take some kind of effect on the people in the neighborhood. I'm talking about trying to keep our community together, and being interested in our property and the children and getting things done around here. There's a lot out here.
Temperatures soared into the 90s for the 5th straight day today, and forecasters say there's no end in sight to the sweltering heat. Temperatures expected to...